away with this.
Hey, get the fuck off me, man. I'm gonna pound this to you. Maybe your little friend likes this shit.
Let him go, Trent.
Who was that?
Listen, I'm not too convinced that you're not the one behind this, all right?
Hey, welcome back to Film Speak. I'm sitting here with a, well, not so frequent guest, but you've been on the show once. Yes. Roman Jossart?
Jossart.
Jossart. Yeah, I think everybody knows I suck at names. And thank you for not bitch slapping me for over that one.
Everybody gets my name wrong.
He's here representing Studio 605.
Correct.
Here to talk about what you're up to and what you've been doing since the last time you've been on and what you got coming up. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to break down the classic Tobe Hooper horror movie, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Well, thank you for coming on again.
Yeah, I love it. It's fun.
So I know that you were filming until 6:30 this morning. This man came on after filming all night.
Yes.
And so you're very, very busy, I take it.
Yeah, I was an extra in a film last night, The Funhouse Massacre. It's filming down in Middletown, Ohio at the Land of Illusions. So I was an extra from 8:30 last night, 6:30 this morning.
Wow.
Went and slept in a Kroger parking lot. Then I slept in your parking lot for about a half hour, and now I'm here.
Now, I saw that had Robert Englund in it.
Robert Englund, Clint Howard.
Yeah.
I can't think of the guy's name. He's on Justified. He was on Burn Notice. Robert Kirkman's doing the makeup effects.
Wow.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a cool set.
That is pretty awesome. I mean, Robert Englund, love Nightmare on Elm Street. But for me, it goes back to Tobe Hooper, Eaten Alive, 1976, I think. Mm-hmm. His character. That's even one of Quentin Tarantino's favorite horror movies.
Really?
You know how Quentin Tarantino always has somebody rhyming in his movies? That came from Robert Englund's character, Buck.
Did not know that.
In Eaten Alive.
Huh. Yeah, I didn't even...
I'm a dork.
Just full of useless knowledge.
So aside from being the extra, what have, because I know your studio has been busy and has projects coming up and has been busy since we last talked.
Yeah, since we last talked, I think we talked about the film we were getting ready to make, which was The Woods Within. Yes. Which we finished and premiered, and now it's out on DVD and everything else. So that was a very fun experience. Its first film festival, I think, it's in May. So we're excited for the first selection down at the Crimson Screen Horror Film Festival, South Carolina.
Sweet.
Unfortunately, I will not be able to attend because I'll be on set making our next movie, which will be The Campground, the Requel, which I'm pretty sure we promoted The Campground the last time we were on here.
Yes.
And so now we're getting ready to go into the sequel, but there was a lot of things we wanted to fix with the first one rather than just deliver a straight sequel. We really wanted to take the opportunity to, read reviews, hear what fans thought, look at, plot holes, and let's fix it. Yeah. So we condensed the first film down to about a half hour, and we reimagined the story more than a remake. It's more of a reimagining, and we're going to do the sequel and deliver it as one film.
It's kind of like Evil Dead.
Yes,
it's the same thing with Evil Dead 2.
Yep. So it'll be what makes it fun though is rather than just remake the movie like Evil Dead, we are also going to film the entire sequel. Yeah. And release it as like a 2-hour film.
Yeah, that'll be sweet.
Hence seen The Requel.
Campground, The Requel.
Yes.
So at the end of the show, when you see the credits and stuff, we will have more information where you can find out more about Roman and more about Studio 605 and the films that they have coming out. Did you participate? You wrote the Requel too, or helped write the Requel?
Yeah, I wrote the Requel, and then Brandon Pruitt, who also owns the studio with me, has been helping me co-write it and clean it up. He's a great screenwriter. He's got a knack for it. Yeah. I don't know how to describe it. He's just really freaking good at it. But he's been helping me with that, and he handles literally so much pre-production right now that I just like scheduling and And everything that I don't want to do, I put on his shoulders so that I can worry more about the directing aspect.
Oh, yeah, that's a delegation of responsibilities and stuff. Everybody's got to know their strong areas
Yep.
and help each other. And it's good to overlap a little bit too, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So that way everybody's supportive of everybody and, you know, nothing gets taken down like that. So Into the Woods.
The Woods Within.
The Woods Within. Smack me silly. And that'll be premiering.
That'll be premiering in South Carolina. We have DVDs available on the websites and stuff like that.
You can, if somebody contacts the Studio 605 website.
Yep. Right now you can just get it at thewoodswithin.com. And then shipping's included. I can't remember what the price is, but it's right there to buy.
Now, outside of, boy, a lot of projects. Do you have anything else going on?
We are booked up, man. So we got the Campground the Requel, which we start filming May 11th next month. And then this towards the, I think August, it's August or September, we're producing Ryan Stacy's film Ladies Night, which we filmed, I think, up here in Dayton. We'll be producing that. And then in April of 2016, we are now producing the slasher, The Wicked One, that films, I think, down in Louisville. We just adopted them.
Oh, sweet. I have people in Louisville, so let me know.
Yeah.
Go eat at Wick's Pizza. There's
Wick's
a bar
Pizza?
there's a bar called Wick's.
I'll find
and
it.
they make a pizza there that will blow your mind. It'll, yeah, just yeah.
Eat it.
It is that good.
So yeah, we're booked up till at least next April.
Now, have you casted Campground the Requel?
Yeah, the Requel is now casted up. Ryan Stacy is casting still for Ladies Night. He literally, I think, just put a casting call 2 days ago.
Oh, sweet.
I don't know at the top of my head right now where to find that information, but I'll tell you, and you can put it on the
Forward
episode.
it to the viewers.
Yeah, exactly. Don't know yet, but you will know by the time you watch it.
Yeah, so that way any actors in our community wanting to take a chance on this opportunity, if you live in Southwest Ohio, Eastern Indiana,
basically
Northern
anything
Kentucky.
from Cincy to Columbus. We're Dayton, so we're right in the middle.
Yeah. So yeah, get in touch. Great guy. I've seen some of his work, so it definitely would be good for you. Oh yeah, absolutely. And you know, there would be some. I'm sure before this scene, they watched the clips and stuff, then trailers that we got from you. Well, thank you very much. Please, I can't stress enough. Look up Studio 605 and support local independent film. This is important for all of us. And stick around, and we're going to talk about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
Dig it.
We'll just leave a record on. You ready to start up again, or?
Yeah. We'll just hit right to it. Easy peasy.
Don't go too
lemon squeezy.
Don't go too intense with it.
And now it's time for the Cafe 125 show.
Are you happy with that? Does that sound good?
Now introducing one of Dayton's funniest comedians who performs regularly at Wiley's, Mike Canistero.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. First time doing comedy with a wrestling microphone. They told me for this segment I had to be TV clean. I was like, TV clean? Have you seen how filthy my TV is? It's fingerprints, and you guys are going to add more laughs in post-production, right? That's how it works. My dad is one of those guys who's got like a war basement of canned food for 40 years down there in case there's a nuclear war, you know. Ironically, you'd die on day 2 of food poisoning. Stuff's so old. I'm down there, I'm like, Dad, look at this can of beans. The one's like bulging like a keg here. Says on the label, now proudly served in all 48 states. Ulysses S. Grant baked beans? I've never heard of that brand. Don't tell me this cereal is fresh. Moses Berry Crunch? Says it has manna. That's beyond expiration. I think I want to try skydiving to conquer one of my fears. Stare at me with a blank expression if you guys think that's great. Thanks. You guys are wonderful. I want to try skydiving to conquer my petrifying fear of having a strange dude strapped to my back. Figure if I just make sure there's plenty of distractions around, I could power through it, you know. Me plummeting to earth at the speed of gravity. I don't care if the guy just met spooning me. I don't care. I just pull the chute, dude. Just pull the chute. I don't know if you've seen this. There's billboards around town that is like says, "Start skydiving for $129." I'm like, well, that's a pretty good deal. And then I'm like, hey, wait a second. How much does it cost to end skydiving? It's the most important part of skydiving is the ending. Imagine that upsell talk, you know. Well, here's how it works. You can start skydiving for $129, but I highly suggest you upgrade to the $69 dude strapped to your back with his parachute. We like our customers to be repeat customers. We really do. You guys do your taxes yet? Do I do it? Of course, yeah. I do my own taxes. I'm proud of that, but at the same time, it's kind of like sex for me because the whole time I'm not sure I'm doing it right. You know, is this what they want? Because that's what they're getting right now. Yes. Can I put that there? You know, or is that going to come back to haunt me? Probably wondering what this is. It's an old school adding machine. I like to bring it in the bedroom with me. Thought about cheating on my taxes. You know, what if I take that deduction for being blind? It's right there, tempting you. Box 39A, check this box if you're blind. And I'm like, whoa, that is such a trick question. You don't check the box, you're not getting the deduction. You do check it. That's a little bit of a red flag, don't you think? So I just kind of put a check mark near the box. And fingers crossed. I was talking to this one woman at work, and something just stuck in my head that I couldn't get over. And she's like, I'm still friends with 85% of my ex-boyfriends. And I'm like, 85%? That requires a divisor of at least 20. That's as far as you can break that fraction down. 17 out of 20, 85%. What if she meant 34 out of 40 ex-boyfriends, or 183 or 153 out of 190, 180, whatever it is? I don't care how you break down the math. She's had way too many dudes in her denominator. Thank you, guys. You've been fun. I like the wrestling microphone. It's wonderful.
Brother, that is good comedy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brian.
Now, please tell our 2 or 3 viewers where they can find you and be able to find more of your comedy.
Twitter, Mike Canistero. I have CDs on Amazon. My latest one's called P202. It's code for something.
It's code for something. And so they can find some of your comedy works on Amazon and stuff?
Yep.
Excellent. We'll have links for those at the end of the show, of course, so you can be able to find more information about this very, very funny man. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much.
14 days, I think, straight.
Yeah.
No break, like 12-hour days. It was nuts.
Welcome back to Film Speak. We were already talking about Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is what I feel is a pinnacle horror movie. When it came out, between this and Wes Craven's Last House on the Left there in the early 70s, completely changed how horror movie was approached, how it was done, opened up a whole new genre. Oh, and around the same time period also, Black Christmas, the original Black Christmas.
Yes.
I think that was another, all these films, you wouldn't have had Halloween, you wouldn't have had Nightmare on Elm Street, I mean, just Jason, yeah, it wouldn't have slasher films. It birthed a whole genre.
Yeah.
And creeped the heck out of me. Still does.
It's an unnerving, because the difference when you look at Leatherface compared to, like Freddy or Jason, like this is just a messed up dude with his like messed up redneck family that cuts people. Like this isn't some superficial, dream person. Like this could be a real guy. I mean, it was based off of a real guy.
But and what's funny is it was based off the same real guy that Psycho was based off of.
Ed Gein has inspired so many movies.
Like Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer.
Like, yeah, it's nuts how many movies that guy has inspired. I mean, it sucks that happened, but we wouldn't have what we have today without something like that.
It's strange how, because both Psycho and Texas Chainsaw Massacre tote the based on a true story type motif and everything, but each one contains maybe only 5-10% of the honest story. Yeah, if that.
It was Human Lamps. Like that's the most there was Ed Gein inspired.
Oh, when the girl goes into the guy's house, and he's the same guy who was in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 making the chili, and she's looking and she's just sitting there staring blankly at the meat. Roasting on the fire, it's like briskets cooking. And then she realizes when she sees one of them's a human hand sitting there toasting and realizes what it all is. Whoa.
Yeah.
The worst moment for me, and to date still gets me, it's because there's no music playing, right? When the boy comes running into the house and he's running down the hall and he's all like, and Leatherface steps out from around the corner with that mallet and just hits the ground, grabs him, drags him, slams that metal door, that whole sequence.
Gunnar was just so brutal with that role. And I know like he could not see, like he could only directly see right in front of him.
Yeah.
So like a lot of the scenes where he's running, like turning around corners and stuff, like he was just swinging.
Lost.
Yeah, like I mean he had, no idea. And like that's kind of what helps sell the look of that is it's just a guy swinging. Like when he's swinging the chainsaw towards the end, like he's literally just, he can't see what the heck
What an
he's
insane
doing.
ending too, because she's screaming and laughing at the same time. He's sitting there, the poor truck driver who tried to pull over and help her and everything. Oh, just awful. The dinner scene, when they're trying to get the 100-year-old grandpa to bang her. Oh,
the look of that guy.
And Leatherface has the makeup and the blush and everything on and stuff.
It's just
one of the creepiest scenes ever made.
And it was, 1974. There wasn't stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, you take now and like the Rob Zombie films.
Yeah, you take Hostel or Devil's Rejects. Yeah, and it's nothing.
It's nothing.
But in 74, and it's the same with Last House on the Left. Like it's just like that had not.
They still impact me that way. I watched the remakes of Texas Chainsaw. And,
I didn't even watch 3D.
And I haven't either. I watched the one with Jessica Biel.
Well, who wouldn't watch that one?
Because she looks good in a tank top. And I watched the
beginning.
The beginning, just because it had the Sergeant Major in it, the Master Sergeant.
What was it? Now it lost me.
And I kind of like the beginning because of the little twist that they put on the origins of the characters and the origins of Leatherface, but it didn't need to be made. No. Give me the Tobe Hooper Texas Chainsaw, then Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, and I don't think.
What's great about that is everyone thinks of it like this super gory film for what it was, and it really wasn't. Like there was blood, on her at the end, and there's like blood on the walls, but there wasn't like when she gets hooked up and there's like the tub under her, you don't see
Anything
blood
really.
dripping off of her.
Yeah.
She's not like, where you have movies like today, like you take Rob Zombie's Halloween, where it's just a gore fest.
But because I believe the mind is more powerful in that situation than anything else.
When you see someone get put up on a meat hook, you're going to imagine the pain and
The Reservoir Dogs scene with the ear, the camera tilts up and it makes it worse for you and you're cringing in your seat.
Yeah, because the imagination's your worst enemy.
Yeah.
It is.
But yeah, like that scene in Texas where, because you got the guy and it closes in as he's putting the chainsaw through his chest and you see, Gunther
Back and forth.
but you're not seeing the chainsaw going through
No, you're
him.
just seeing the motion.
Yeah.
But you are imagining
You're
that.
filling in the blanks.
Yeah, exactly.
Boy, you're filling in the blanks big time.
Exactly.
And that's why Tobe Hooper, he is my favorite horror director. I love Craven.
Yep.
I love Carpenter.
This, Carpenter, for me, he is my favorite suspense. Like, no one to me can deliver suspense
you see,
like Carpenter.
and also for me, a couple of my favorite movies of his aren't even horror.
Yeah.
Starman and Big Trouble in Little China. So that kind of takes him out of the horror motif. But Tobe Hooper, that man is all horror. I am so mad right now that they're remaking Poltergeist. You have Tobe Hooper and Steven Spielberg making a film together. That should be like religious enough that you don't touch it. It's like a sacrament. There's a Hollywood producer is going to burn in hell for that. There's no doubt about it.
When that trailer came out, and it was, you replace, I can't remember Zelda's last name.
Yeah.
But you replace her being a female character with a male character. And I know he's been in a lot of stuff, and he's a great actor, but there's just some things.
Well, her character in the original was based off a real person. Yeah. And I can't remember her name. She works with that.
So they just
psychic
screwed that character over in real life by
in real
making
life
it
too.
a guy.
Yeah. Gave her a penis. It's all downhill.
It's all downhill from there.
But yeah, it just bothers me because that's a movie you shouldn't touch.
There are those classics, and unfortunately, if something's a classic and it is loved by the fans, it will be. Well, there's a new Texas Chainsaw coming out, a prequel.
Yeah, I did.
Like, you can't get it. If something's a classic, fans unfortunately
You're
will go
touching
watch
one of
it.
my favorite movies, and would you please stop it? That's my only problem is if I become more of a success as a director and start having to deal more with the industry and everything. And I'll be at a party and I'll be like, "Oh, you remade
You're
that?"
the guy that did it.
And I'll be in jail, because they're like, yes, they were going to remake Casablanca, and then writer-director William Miller flipped out and killed everybody in the party.
But they're still going to remake it.
They're still going to remake it. They're just going to have to use a different cast.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, brother, for coming on.
Man, it's fun, man.
I know we hit on Texas Chainsaw. I think we went a little tangenty covering out by the borders, but please, if you haven't seen it, watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's not as bloody as you think.
It's really not. It's not gory whatsoever.
It just messes with your head really bad.
Yes, it does.
Thank you very much,
Oh,
sir.
yeah.
You have a great time, and please join us again on Film Speak. Everybody have a great day, and support independent film. Thank you very much. That was great. Thank you.
That was good.